Hey there, welcome back everybody. This is Georgiana with Expressions Craft Studio. This is week 4 of our project Christmas Cheer 2023. And going through my craft room, kind of trying to tidy up, I came across some cards that I had previously printed, and they were all 4 to a page, so then you just cut and trim them. And they were printed out on my toner printer. And so then I foiled them, and I think you can see the foil kind of shimmers. So I've gone ahead and colored a bunch of them, ink blended the backgrounds, and I'm going to do 1 or 2 here just to show you how I did it. I'll set these off to the side here, and get me a piece of paper underneath. And I'm just going to show you what I did, or how I did it. So I chose 3 different colors of ink, and I start with the lightest one, but you can do it however you want. I start with the lightest one because I use the same brush for all my greens, and so then I just work my way up to the darker ones. But I just start out blending in the center, and I'd already kind of started this one before I realized I should stop so I could show you how I did it. And there's lots of videos out there on ink blending techniques. And currently I am using the Harmony by Spectrum Noir. I was trying to think of the word, the category. Never mind, ignore me. So these are Harmony by Spectrum Noir. And I just kind of start off of my paper so I don't get a big blob or brush strokes. Even with these, you can get brush strokes if you are using a really moist ink pad. Mine aren't that moist. They're several years old, and either they didn't make ink refills for these, or they just don't make them anymore. But I've looked and I haven't been able to find any refills for them. So once they dry up, I'll be going with a company that does provide refills, because to me that just makes more sense. And try and keep the ink off of my fingers. I'm just using this towel. Now you can use a paper towel or whatever. This is just something I had handy, so that's what I'm using. And basically, I'm trying to make this look like it glows from the inside out. So that's just kind of, I don't know the proper term for it, but it just kind of looks like that's where the light's hitting it. I love arts and crafts. I don't know why I never took an art class when I was in school. It just didn't occur to me. Anyway, this can take a while, especially if your ink pads are a little bit on the dry side like mine are. Now you can rinse these off more if you like, or not rinse them. I use 1 brush per color family, so I've got 1 for the greens and 1 for the blues and so on. But I mean, you can kind of brush off any excess if you're worried about it, mixing in your ink pad. But that's another reason I go from light to dark, to help minimize any accidental blending, or mixing, I should say. So I'm just taking this darkest color and going just around the very outside edge with it. Flip around. Do the same thing on this other side. And you can go over it as many times as you like, get it as dark as you want it. I think that's probably good. I've been storing those upside down, just my ink pads, just because they do feel like they're getting drier to me, and I want the ink to settle as much toward the top of the pad as possible. So then I'm going to take this, and like I said, you can use a paper towel and just kind of wipe over that foiled area, and that just helps remove any extra ink that's lingering there, just so that foil really shines. So I think you can see how pretty that is. Now I did take 2 of them, and I went ahead and used my decal, one of my decal dies to cut around the outside edge of these. I didn't do it on all of them. In fact, I didn't do it on most of them, but I wanted to see how that would look. So I tried that on a couple of them. So now I'm going to do some blues. I'm just going to do one of them, though. You don't want to sit here while I ink blend all of those. A little ink up there on my glass mat. So again, I'm going to start with my lightest color. And this light blue is very light. I don't know if it'll even honestly show up in the camera because it's incredibly light. And I'm kind of just making this one, I'm going to do a lighter path across the center and then darker toward the top and the bottom. And if you go further out than you wanted to with your lighter color, that's okay, because your darker color will cover it up. So now here's our second color by Spectrum Noir. This one's called Ocean Blue. I'm just going to kind of try to blend that line there. This pad looks like it's pretty dry as well. So I don't have a lot of space in my craft room anymore. And I've been trying to decide who I'm going to, or what brand I'm going to buy when I replace my inks. And I do like a lot of the Stampin' Up! Inks. But I also like Catherine Pooler. So, and then of course I like Tim Holtz, and I do have a bunch of those. Yeah, this one's just very, 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 very light. Now you don't have to use something to keep your ink off your fingers. I just tend to spread it all around whether I mean to or not. So for me it just makes sense to put a little something between my fingers and the ink. This one's so dry I don't even really need to start off of the edge because it's just not picking up that much ink. Well, it's not quite as dark as I would like it. But it's definitely getting low here. All right. Now this one is the darkest, and it's called Midnight. very, very faint, hardly noticeable. And there's no right or wrong way. You just do it till it looks good to you. And again, I'm wiping the ink off of the foil. So there you go. So then I've got a nice space there to put my sentiment or the Santa or whatever. So I do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more of those to do, but I'm not going to make you watch that because that's like waiting to watch water boil. Get that out of the way. So we'll bring these back in and we'll decorate a couple of these. That's the same one. No, that's a different one. Similar, but different. This one, the greenery goes all the way around, and that one, it's just top and bottom. And then we've got this guy. So we will pull out our stash and see what we can come up with to finish these off. You know what I have? Hold on. So I pulled out of my stash some previously made snowflakes. I've got some here. Well, let's try these. This I made using a light piece of cardstock, and then I ran it through my Xyron machine and my sticker maker, and put a double stick on it, and then I put wrapping paper, there we go, wrapping paper on the sticky side, and then I cut them out with dies. And that's just something else, and I am planning on doing a video showing you how I do that with wrapping paper, because I like the foils and stuff, so they really look nice, and I don't need a lot of wrapping paper anymore. So let me get those out. Then I've got some here that are just on different glossy papers. Then I've got some with glitter. Let's see. Oh, here's some bigger ones. I like those. Let's see here. Nice big one there. You put your little sentiment. Sorry, I've been battling a cold all week, so I'm a little slow. My thought processors are kind of gummed up. So anyway, that looks nice, and you can put your sentiment over there, or however you want to do it. And we'll see what we do when we get to that point. But I've got several of those larger ones, and I don't think these will work because there's so much on the background already. But I also did this die cut and this die cut using the wrapping paper adhered to a thin piece of cardstock. So eventually I'll get those out and use them as well, but not today. Oops, put that away. And I don't know that the angel will work on any of these, unless maybe it's the blue one. I cut my fingernails. I don't know why. I usually let them grow. Now I can't pick anything up. What do we think of that? Wow, I kind of actually like that. And I could just put the sentiment on the inside of the card. Oh, I'll have to cut some more of those out, but look how pretty that is. Do you like that? I do. I like that a lot. Cool. All right, so that one, we'll have to glue that one down and then put it on a card base. So that leaves these three, and I'm not sure the snowflakes will work. Let's see what we've got over here. Got kind of a silvery gold one. Here's white. Oh, the white one's kind of nice. This one's super thin. Probably should have used that might be a paper. I should have probably backed it with something. There's a nice silver one. Don't really love it. Here's just a shimmery white one. Wish there was a slightly smaller one, but they're all the same. I don't know. I don't think I love that. Maybe just one. Maybe I can cut out some smaller snowflakes. I don't know. Not digging it. And I definitely don't like it for these. So I do have smaller snowflakes, but they're all in shades of blue. So let's see what else we got here. Just going through my bin to see if there's anything in here that I think will work. And these are all the snowflakes, so I don't think we're going to use those. Set those off to the side. Let's see, these are some vinyl. Some vinyl Santas. I don't know. We'll see, maybe. Leave that out. I think I don't think there's anything else in there that I want right now, so there should be some more pouches with the ornaments and stuff in them. I'll be right back. Okay, those red ornaments might look nice on the green trees. Here we've got some sentiments, and here's some more greeneries. I don't need the trees, but here's some green ornaments. I don't think I want those. Pine cone might be nice. We'll see. Well, that does have some blue ornaments in it, but I don't think I want those either. Those are the other Santas. Oh, we got some bells. All right. Those just fill in the trash. That will never do. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to grab out. These don't want to stay still. They're going to slide right off my desk if I'm not careful. Let's see about that. So, grab me a couple pine cones here. I've got two different colors. So, I don't think there's enough room on that one. That one's got some nice pine cones on it already. But, put a big one up there in the corner maybe. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's find those sentiments. Let's work around the sentiments. see here. So that's kind of big for that one since it was already trimmed anyway. It's kind of even big for that one. There, that one fits nicely. I think that's just too much. Let's see here. What else do we have? Season's Greetings. I like that. It feels like I got two of them here, but I guess it's just really thick. That's a little big. Cut my fingernails. Can't pick anything up now. This is a little big too. Not loving it. Not loving it. These all just say Christmas wishes. Wonder if I just do that more like that. Or maybe, no, it definitely looks better straight, doesn't it? And then maybe put some branches behind it. That just doesn't feel like I cut that one very straight either. See if I have another one here that I maybe like a little better. Like this one. Let's try this one. Yeah. Or the bells. Where did I put the bells? Of course, they're over here on the bottom. Maybe that pine cone's just not going to work. But these bells are nice. Okay, I can't wait for my fingernails to grow back in. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't usually cut them off that short. It doesn't want to stay up there, but no, let's move it maybe up this way a little. Straighten that out. Oh, I kind of like that. What do you think? I think that's kind of nice. So, put these sentiments away in this extra bell. Bear with me as I attempt to pick all these up. Okay, put this pine cone away. We're not going to use it. And the greenery. I knew I was forgetting something. Might need to cut some more of that out. I've used a lot of that lately. Okay, so that show up back there. Oops, didn't mean to knock my bell off. It's not bad. I don't think we need too much more on there, do you? I kind of like it kind of simple. So now on this one, some red ribbon might be nice, except it's got that decal edge, so I don't know how well that would work. So let's just try some of these. Looks pretty good. Here's another one. I wonder if I should maybe like alternate it. I believe these were out of the Tim Holtz die set. I don't remember the name of it, but I will look it up if I have it, and I'm right. I will put it in the, yeah, I don't like that. I will put it in the comments below. That's not too bad. It needs a little something else, I feel like, but so then this one, maybe I should change the greenery so they don't match, because they do look kind of, yeah. Put the darker one toward the back. It's not as easy to see, but I think it blends in a little bit better. Slide that over this way. Let's grab out of this envelope. These are a little bit bigger. Maybe that's what I need to put over here, is something more like this. Something that's a little bit finer. Or take this up higher and put this down lower. What about that? Okay, I like that. We're going to go with that. Now, over to this guy. I'm going to slide these over. And let's see. There's a nice big one. That might be too big though. Maybe I want the smaller ones on this one. Now I probably will add some dimensional tape or stickers to the back of these, just to give them a little bit of extra. Yeah, I'm not loving it. Let's go back to these guys. Not loving that either. Try the darker one. Maybe what I should do is ink blend this better and then add a little bit more foil, some green foil around it maybe. Let's try that. Let's put these away for now, because I'm just not feeling those. And let's get out our medium ink. Bring this back out here. It's got a strange line across it. Wipe this off a little bit to keep it off my fingers so I don't smear it or transfer it to something else. All right. I don't know if you can see that little kind of whitish spot right there. Sometimes the oils in your hands can transfer and it'll make stuff not adhere to your cardstock as well. That's an awfully straight smear, so I don't know if it was my hands, but it's possible. So let me find my foil. And I'm looking for my green. I recently sorted these out. You know what? Red might be Red might be pretty on there too. We'll see here. Of course, green's going to be almost at the back. Get my glue stick. Everything's just out of reach. Okay, so do you think the red would be too much? Or does it kind of help lift it off of there? But the green will do that too. We'll try green. If I don't like it, I can come up with something else. So I just want to pick out one of my foil scraps. This looks like a good one. There's quite a bit of foil left on that one. And I'm just going to kind of take my glue stick. I think any kind of glue stick will do, honestly. Just want to get a little bit of tack down, or tacky substance down, so that this foil will transfer. And I do like to use my bone folder, or a bone folder. This actually isn't my favorite one, but I don't see it, so just to apply enough pressure. But you can just use your fingers. Oh, there we go. See? Just adds a little something extra. So go back to this corner because I feel like it needed a little bit more. Didn't get that over far enough. Let's do it this way. So this is a particularly useful technique for using up your scrap foils, especially if you do junk journals and tags, a lot of that kind of stuff. But as you can see, it works nice on card sentiments too. And this was a method I learned from watching Genevieve Designs videos, and she does do a lot of junk journals, and I just fell in love with it just watching it, and I've been using it a lot lately because I really do like the way it just adds this kind of old look. I didn't get as much glue on there as I thought I did. That, or I laid down a part of the foil that didn't have any actual foil on it. But then again, you do want it to look random, so you don't want to put down nice even lines if you're going for that random look. There we go. Let's do this top part here. Let's see, you can just do it with your finger. I just feel like I get a little bit more pressure, even pressure with the bone folder, but whatever works for you. Yeah. All right, let's see what that looks like on here. Poof it up a little bit. Oops, stuck my finger in the glue. Yeah, I do think that that foil added a nice touch to that. Put that over there. So the question now is, do I do that to these others as well? I definitely should. I keep putting that away and then I need to drag it back out. I definitely should kind of put a little bit of, just to kind of tone down that white a little bit, because it's very bright. I'm just using the leftover ink that was in my brush. There. Let's try this one. I may not have enough ink left, but we'll see. We're just trying to tone down this white just a little bit. Yeah. All right. So then the question is, do we want to add a little bit of ink to these? I think a little, or not ink, I said ink, I mean foil. I think a little bit of foil on this deckled edge will look nice. I think I just used my scissors on this one, but I'm not positive. I like that. Really like that look. If you are into junk journals, which is mostly I think what Genevieve does, you really should check out her channel. She's Genevieve Designs, and even if you haven't made a junk journal yet, she provides the templates. She shows you how to put this cute little book together. So you have everything you need to make a junk journal. Oh, I like it. I like it. I don't think there's enough room really on that little one to do that with. So what we will do instead is we will take this green, got a little bit of static, and we're just going to kind of just go along the edge here a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. I might have been off the screen. I'm basically just kind of tapping and flicking the edge of the card stock in the ink. That looks really nice, actually. I like that. Get that out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to put something, I do want something else behind this. Let me see if I can find some nice red ribbon or gold string or something. Oh, got some bright red crochet thread. Wonder what I can do with that. Oh, I don't know. I'm not very good at this random stuff where you just lay stuff down and hope it works out. And I think it's really too thin to make a bow. I could put a couple of strands together though and make a bow, maybe. Let's see here. Let's just lay down a wad of string. Yeah, not loving it. Not good at random. Somewhere, oh, here's my scissors. These aren't the best ones for this, but they'll work. I'm going to cut a big long piece here. And then I'm going to fold it in half. Now we got about 20 inches, maybe a little bit more. Oh yeah, we got like 22 inches. So I'm going to fold it in half again. And then I'm going to try and make a bow out of this. Easier said than done. I know there used to be a trick with a fork. How did I do that? Okay. This shouldn't be this hard. You know what? Where's my tweezers? Get them to hold this for me. Kind of go back more toward the middle. Come on. This should not be this hard. It sucks not having depth perception, people. Oh my goodness. All right, let's do it this way. There we go. All right. So I might not want it quite that far up on the tweezers. All right, so let's see here. how well this works. Oh, well, it's not great, but I think I can tweak it, make it a little bit better. What do we think here? So pull that tight. Maybe pull this in a little so it's not quite such a big bow. Can't seem to get my fingers to want to work. Where'd that go? Do I want it smaller? I think I do want it a little smaller. Pull that tight. Cut this loop in half. Now, if you think your bow might not stay, you could put a little bit of glue if you're worried about it coming untied. This feels like this is really nice and tight to me, so I don't think I need to worry about that. I guess the question is, where do I want to put this? Not that low. I guess maybe that's still a little big, isn't it? Well, for heaven's sake, let's just make it a little smaller. One more time. I got it kind of bunched up in there a little. There we go. Pull it tight again. Oh, you know what? I do have some little bow dies that probably would have been a whole lot easier on me than just doing it this way, but that's okay. So I gotta pull that tight because these scissors aren't the best. Okay, let's see what that looks like now. Oh, you know what? I was trying to put it on top of the greeting, but I think if I put it down there, that's better. Don't you think? Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's get out some card spaces. Now that's the next question. Do I want white or do I want green or light green? I have white ones already made up. I have not made up any green ones, but for the sake of right now, we'll put these on white. And then, although that, I need a border, I need a matting piece on that one. Got a little goober on it, so we'll just flip it over. This definitely needs a matting piece, I think. Which means that will definitely need a matting piece, and so will that. Okay, that may be what my intention was all along. Just because I feel like, I mean, I guess it doesn't have to have one. Oh, I missed my fingernails. Prop that up a little bit. Put our bow right there. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to get that centered though. Yeah. You know what else I could do? I could just take and ink that background. Let's try that. Let's do it. Got a little bit of glitter on there. All right, I don't want the darkest one, so we'll go medium. that over to the green side. Just start off the edge and kind of go over it. Just kind of giving it a rough color, and I'm trying to keep my fingers that are holding it still in the middle. So again, I don't get ink all over them and end up transferring it to something I don't want it transferred to. Now, if you want to be extra careful that you don't get this, like if you don't have your card folded completely straight and you don't want it on the inside edge, you can put something on there to protect it. I think mine's pretty straight, so I'm just going to go with it. All right, let's just see real quick how that looks. Except I covered up. Here we go. Oh, I do like that better than that bright white. So now I'm feeling like maybe I need to, let's see, take the darker green and just go around the edge of this piece here. Just a little. Just to make it kind of stand out a little. Let's go this way. Yeah, I'm getting kind of, this cardstock is super thin, so it's getting kind of flopping around on me. You could use some kind of marker to do this part with if you wanted to. I don't trust myself to be able to keep it very neat with the marker, but some people might. All right, well, that's a little better. Okay, so now, yeah, I like that. Do you see how that kind of, that dark edge kind of makes that pop up off that card a little bit better? Or that background, I should say. So, let's put our, where's my glue? It's here somewhere. Oh, it's right in front of me. As were my other pair of tweezers. I see them now. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to clean that glue goober off the tip of my bottle. I'm going to line this up so that I like where it's at. Come down a smidge. I think that looks pretty good. I'm just going to hold it in place since I don't have my block over here. I'm going to add some glue. Haven't used this for a few days. Come on. Afraid it might be clogged up. Let's try and unclog it. No? There we go. Well, for a second it was working. Come on. I might have to go and clean my nozzle here. I feel like there's a dried piece of glue stuck in there. Yeah. All right, let's push that down. Get my block. I have a smaller one somewhere, but that'll work. Just flip it around. glue this side. Oh yeah, that definitely helped clear up my nozzle. Alright, so let that dry for a second. And while that's drying, we'll put some glue dots on the back of this. Or not glue dots, but dimensionals. And if you've got tape, you can use tape. You can use whatever you want, honestly. I just like to get a nice even coverage, which tape probably would have been a better choice, so that when I push on it, I've got even pressure so that it sticks really nicely. Let's do one more in the middle, if I can get it up. Okay, well, somewhere here, we'll use this one. And we're just gonna pull these off of there. Oh, this might be a little big for this. Yeah, somewhere I have one that's a little finer. Not sure where it's at, so we're just going to use this pen. I think it'll work. Or maybe not. Alright. Well, actually, I guess even without fingernails, I'm able to pick these up, so that's good. One more. Okay. No, oops. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, let's put this right in here somewhere. Is that pretty straight? Looks pretty straight. So I'm just pushing those dimensionals down, get them to good stick. And then grab my tweezers here, put some glue. I'm going to try to kind of center that over the ornament. And let's put that on there just to help hold that down. Get some kind of goober on my tweezers. Alright, so I think other than the inside sentiment, that looks pretty darn good. Let that glue dry. I'll just move this over here out of the way. And let's see what we do with this one. Goodness gracious. Get my fingers to work. I think we should do the same thing that we did on the other one, where we blended those edges out a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that on these next two cards. Yeah. Just putting a little ink around the edges so it's not such a stark contrast. You can see, maybe you can see I didn't start off the paper, and I've got some bristle smears there. I think it covered up pretty well, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. A little bit more. Okay, let's go ahead and do this one as while we're at it. And this one I want to go a little bit further in because that's the piece that's going to go on here is deckled, and so it's a little bit smaller even than those others were. So I kind of tend to go both ways with my brush, just to, I feel like it kind of evens out the ink, but I don't know. That could all be in my head. A little bit more right there. There. I think we can live with that. Now, do I want the darker ink around this piece? I don't feel like I need it, actually. So, answered that question. Now, I do want to make sure I get this on there the right direction. There we go. I wonder, should I put the... I feel like it should go this way. What do you guys think? All right. Grab my block. Let's see. Oh, how sweet. I like it. Okay. Get our glue back out. Give myself a little bit more room here. And glue that down. And then we'll give it a spin here in a second. I just don't want to move my, I don't want my piece to shift because I feel like I got it centered pretty well. Got a bit of a glue blob there. Let's see if I can, yeah. So these foil designs that I'm working with today, they are not my original designs. I got them from another group I'm in, and most of the groups have a no sharing policy outside of the group, so I can't share these with you, but I can tell you where I got them. At least I'm pretty sure it's where I got them. It's been a couple years, but it's called the Foiling Club, Foiling Snobs Club, and it's on Facebook. And they're not snobs, by the way. They're, if anything, they're just picky about their foiling. They want to do the best foiling that they can, so that's why they call themselves that. But they teach you all different kinds of ways to foil. Almost put that cinnamon on upside down. They teach you how to do it, what products you need. There's different types of foil. They go over all of that. There's a lot of videos. Nancy Stamps, I think, is the person who started it, and she does a lot of great videos. You can check out her channel. You can check out the Foiling Snobs Club, and I don't know if I want that there. I don't remember where I had it. I've moved it. Let's move that down a little bit, maybe. And anyway, you can check out their Facebook page and you can join, and then they've got some free files out there for you. But like I said, there's lots of videos that talk about how to foil, depending on what type of foiling you're doing, what type of foil to buy, because they are not all the same, and that's important to know. And I don't like that there. And they're a really great group. They also, if you haven't heard of them, do Stamp Wars, which is something they do once a month on a Saturday, usually, I think. And they will have a set of stamps that they feature from a vendor, and they will all use the same stamp set, but they will all, and they have a list of rules, so it's kind of, you know, challenges that they throw in, and they will then all have to make the cards based on the challenge, and you get to vote on which ones you like best, and they give away prizes. So it's really fun. There was one actually Saturday night, and I missed it. I'm kind of bummed about that, but Saturday was a long day, and I just forgot about it, so I didn't catch the announcement till it was over. But they do a lot of fun. Oh, I was looking to see if I liked that there. Yeah, that's okay. So anyway, they do a lot of fun. Like I said, the challenges are really fun, and they've got a great camaraderie and some very talented artists, and they all bring something a little unique to the channel. So if you get a chance, check them out. Like I said, if you want these files, I'm pretty sure that's where I got them. I could be wrong. If you discover that I am in fact wrong, please let me know and I will correct that. But they're, like I said, they're a really nice group of people, and they teach you a lot about not just foiling, but stamping in general, different types of stamping and card making. So they're really nice. Let's see here. Where did I put my tweezers? I'm going to grab these just so I can hang on to this a little bit better. Get some glue here. And I will try to remember to put a link for them in the comments below as well. I did learn everything I've learned about foiling from them, other than that little tip I shared with you earlier from Genevieve. Otherwise, I learned, you know, what kind of machine I needed that would work with the foils I already had, and different things like that. So it's a very, very helpful channel if that's something that you want to, well, if you're interested in, I should say. And even if you've been interested in a long time, they can be a lot of fun and helpful. So I would check them out. Okay. Get that. Oh, my dimensionals will fit on the back of this. Oh, but you know what will? Let's see here. Let's try going just barely. I think I'm just going to use this little side piece here. And get some more of that. Come at it from this angle. Maybe didn't do that quite right. Yeah. Got a little too much. Thought it would nest together better, but it's really not. Stick that back on there. Use that for something else. Oh, I still got ink on my fingers. Looky there. Oh well. All right. Make sure I get this on right. Kind of try to center it. Probably could come over a little bit, but I think it's pretty stuck, so we're just going to stick it. There we go. Not too fancy, but it's got a little bit of shimmer and shine, which I like. We'll set that one off to the side. And we'll do this last green one. Now, how was I going to do that? Was I just going down with that? Perhaps, I can't remember. Put a little bit of glue on the back of this, a couple places. And I think we had it going down this way. Set that on there. We definitely want some dimensionals on the back of this. I'm just going to use this outside piece up. Let's see. Oops. I didn't mean to stick that all the way. Here we go. This one. Put this last piece here in the middle. There we go. Oh, you know what though? Before I put that on, I want to put this on a card base, and I didn't ink up another card base, did I? Oh yeah, I did. Oh, I'm dropping everything. Okay, so let's put this on here. Make sure we got it on there correctly. Oop, we do. Okay. So maybe, I wonder on this one if I put a little bit of greenery sticking outside. It's kind of a big piece, but oh, it looks kind of nice. What do you think? It's a little subtle. All glue that down. Okay. Picking up some little glue goobers, it looks like. Do I want that glued down a little bit better? Let's put that back on there and see. I think it'll be all right once I get that on there. Now, do I want one more for the bottom? Can't see much of it, so it seems a shame to use such a big piece. Maybe if I go that way. Oh, yeah, that's not bad. So, get that right where I want it. And we'll glue this down. Managed to somehow get glue all over my fingers. The process of that. Let's let that dry for a second. So we'll glue down our card front, and we'll add our sentiment. And then we'll be good. Make sure I'm putting this on right, that I didn't flip it around. Okay, that's good. So let's get this where we want it. Roughly. There, I think that looks pretty good. Lay that down. Get our block. Oh, excuse me. I was trying not to sneeze, but you know how that works. Okay, let that dry for a bit. And we don't need, well, we are going to need that for the blue one. So I'll leave that alone. Go ahead and peel this off of here while that's drying. And make sure we get that right side up. Again, checking the direction of my card. Now, I really just want to make sure this is straight, even with the top and the bottom. So I think that's pretty straight. So, do we think it needs anything else? Maybe trim off that. I didn't get that lined up quite right, so I don't know if you can see it's sticking out there a little bit. Just trim off those. Everything else looks good though. I'm feeling like, I don't know where my vinyl cardinals are, but my cardstock cardinals are over here somewhere. I feel like it could use a little extra something, don't you think? Maybe just a little cardinal right there on the hat tip of the Y. I think so. I like it. A bit of glue on the back. That's what I like, the vinyl ones. I don't have to glue. Oh, forgot where I was going to put him. Just push him down. There we go. What do you think? Simple, but also kind of pretty. I might have overscored my cardstock a little bit. I like it. All right, so the green ones, that's one green one. And we got this green one. And then here's the first one we did. I'm not sure which one's my favorite, honestly. I still feel like this needs a little something extra. But I don't know what. Maybe a snowflake. What do you think, a snowflake? Let's see, I've got these laying here. I don't want silver, but maybe a white one. Kind of just in the corner there. What do you think? What do you think? I think I kind of like it. All right, let's add our snowflake. Let's see here, I'm trying to get a, there we go. Glue, glue, glue. There we go. Now we kind of had that kind of going like that, didn't we? Oh yeah, I think that helped a lot. What do you think? I like that snowflake. I need to cut out more of those. It's a pearl white paper. And I think I got it from Amazon, so if I can find the link, I'll share it in the comments below. Yeah, I like it. So now, let's glue down. Do we want that at the top or at the bottom? I think it looks good like that. Now, let me see about a card base. Alright, so I've got white, but it just looks lackluster to me. So I don't want to use the white if I don't have to. But I could do what I did with the other one and just put some blue over it. But it doesn't look terrible. Okay, so there's that one. Then there's this one, which got a little smear on there, but you know what? I'm going to cover it up anyway. Oh, okay, I already like that better. Yeah, definitely like that better than the white. Love it. And that one's the same, and then I got two of these, so nope, I like the other blue better. So let's use it. Now, do I want a darker blue around the edges? Or do we think it looks all right the way it is? I think it looks all right the way it is. I think it'd look good either way. But we're going to do it with the way it is. Now I've got a few. I had to run this through my die cutting machine numerous times. This pearl paper was kind of a pain for some reason. I've had it for a few years now, so maybe it's got a little less moisture content in it. I don't know, but I thought I saw some little hairs hanging off of here. And now I'm not finding them. Oh, wait, there's one. That's how little they are. They're very hard to see. Oh, there's some right there in the center of that. All right, well, if I can't see them, hopefully nobody else can see them. So let's center this up. Oh, there's some smudged edges and stuff on here, so I'm going to flip that over. And we're going to center it up. That looks pretty good. It could probably go to the top just a smidge. Grab my block to hold that down for me. Get these cards out of my way. And, oops, I moved it and I was trying not to and I did it anyway. At least I think I did. Maybe I didn't. All right. Oh, I definitely moved it that time. All right, let's line this up again. Well, you know what? That's a good lesson too. Make sure my cards go in the right way. Okay. So sorry about all the notifications. Okay. Now let's try not to move it. So I did all of these foil, toner foil printouts, trying to test out some different papers, which I didn't really need to do because the Foiling Snobs Club that I mentioned before, they tell you which papers work the best. But I kind of wanted to test what I already had versus what they were talking about. And honestly, I didn't see a big difference, but maybe that's just me. Maybe maybe my eyes just aren't as good, or maybe the papers I had were already a good enough quality that they didn't show a big difference in the way they foiled. The only places I see problems are where I didn't have it covered with foil, and then it kind of, the toner kind of rubs off, and when you go back and cover it up, you can see a line where it didn't foil as well, but that's totally my fault. All right, so while that's drying a little bit, let's find some edge here to hang on to our lady. Let's try right there. Let's do it like that. And we're going to glue, glue, glue. This paper is actually pearlized on both sides, but the die cut kind of, you can tell one side looks a little different than the other, so that's why I was checking. Just getting it around the edges here as best I can. Yeah, we'll get a little more over there. All right. There we go. That's the right way. Of course, I've got her, I'm holding on to her the wrong way, so let's see. Centered as possible. see, how does that look? Oh, could have come a little bit more over, but I think it'll be all right. Hold her down. And I can put my glue pen back in my glue. Clean up my little trash here while I'm waiting for that to dry. Because it's pearl paper, it'll take it a little bit longer to dry. It's slick. Put my thread away. This was actually from my mom. She loved to crochet. She made some beautiful baby dresses with this stuff. Of course, I promptly drop it on the floor. Let's see, what else can I put away here? Don't have any bells out. Good question. Hope greenery was in this one. All right, no, that's enough of that for now. Hopefully she should be dry. Look how pretty she is. I could have got her centered a little bit better off to this right side here, but I think she's beautiful. So I can't wait. I'm going to finish the rest of these. I will ink blend the backgrounds, and I'm going to cut out some more angels from the pearl paper. I'll cut some more of this blue if I have any more of it, and I'm going to finish all of them like that because I just think that's spectacular. That's my favorite. But here, let me show them all to you. And this is how I'll finish all of them, more or less. Got too much stuff in my way here. So, there we go. Looks good. I'll probably just cut out. If I do this again, I'll just find a deep red. In fact, I know right where I have a scrap of it, and cut out bows instead of making them, even though that's really cute. I've got plenty more of these snowflakes, so plenty of bells. So I'm good to go. So that's how I'm going to finish the rest of them. And again, I didn't say it yet in this video, so I will say it now. I'm making these for the Angel Card Project, which provides cards to people during the holidays particularly, but all year round really. And it's just to, you know, help cheer people up. You know, the holidays in particular can be a really lonely time for people. And, you know, especially people who've gone through, you know, more struggles than normal. Maybe they've lost family members or loved one. Who knows? But this just helps kind of cheer them up. So my goal was to initially create one card a day. But I've already created 40-some cards. And here we are, January 21st or 2nd, I think. And so by the time I finish these, I'll easily have over 50 cards. And so I thought, well, the other project that I'm making cards for is Cards for Soldiers. So some of the cards will go to Cards for Soldiers and some will go to the Angel Card Project. They both have Facebook pages. I will list them in the comments below. Let me get a little drink because I feel like I'm hard to understand. And Cards for Soldiers, you send them blank cards. Well, not blank, but you mean you haven't signed them or anything. And to them, well, you send them to a person in the group, and they'll have all that information in the group. They send the blank cards to the soldiers, who then fill them out and send them back to their loved ones. They do have some rules. The one that comes to mind is the no glitter, and that's a safety issue for them. But otherwise, I mean, this should be fine. I don't really have glitter on anything today. It's foil, and I think foil is fine. So some of my cards will be going to them. Some will be going to the Angel Card Project. And the way the Angel Card Project does is they send out a list at the end of the year, or toward the end of the year before Christmas, and you can choose who you want to send them to. If you have a particular demographic that you like, maybe an age range, or maybe prefer males to females, or soldiers versus whatever. I like to do nursing homes, because then I can send 20 to 40, 50 cards in a box, and that actually saves me on shipping. But you can do it however you like. Maybe you want to send cards to everybody who's under 10, or everybody who lives in the same state you do, or a state you used to live in. You know, it's strictly up to you how many cards you send and who you send them to. So it's very worthwhile. And then the cards for soldiers, like I said, you'll put the blank cards in a box, you'll send them to them, they'll forward them to the soldiers. So both very worthwhile projects. I'm happy to make these and donate them, because I have all the supplies, and I think they're both really, really worthwhile projects. And maybe someday I'll tell my personal story about my family and Christmas, although I probably won't be able to get through that without tearing up. But I think we all understand why the soldiers are important, and cards for them are an important issue as well. So anyway, enough rambling. If you've been watching me, you know that's what I do, and I apologize. I sincerely apologize. I honestly cannot help myself. I'm going to wrap this up. This is how I'm going to finish the remaining cards that I have over here. And till next week. So this is week 4, Project Christmas Cheer 2023 with Expressions Craft Studio. And if you want to keep following my progress, don't forget to like and subscribe, because that way you'll get notifications. I'm doing at least one video a week for this project, and as time allows, I'll throw some other videos in. I do a lot of work with my Cricut, so there'll be some videos on how I kind of design cards to put through there rather than manually cutting, just different things, you'll see. But anyway, thanks for joining me today. I hope you all are having a great year. I know it's just started, but I hope it's been good to you so far, and I hope it continues. And until next time, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later.